Right, yeah, this is one for the ladies, really, because I listened to the first bit of this last night, and it's possibly the funniest thing I've ever listened to in my life. I like the tragicness and the comedy is just. But I want to know what the women think of this. Do you feel sorry for this guy? Um, or just that? Just this. There's no explaining this, but I found this hysterical. That's the thing: is do you feel sorry for him, or do you find this as funny as me? Let's go.
So last time I was on here, I was with Keely Rose, who is an OnlyFans girl, and yeah, she basically, after 6 years of living together and being together every day, she left me for another guy, and she's currently in Melbourne, Australia, with this other.
Here's the thing, right? This is where I went straight away hearing this bit. One, this is another thing. I've never heard a man tell a story of a relationship with a toxic relationship with a hot OnlyFans girl, and it be so boring as this man tells the story. But also, that's like once you have a girl that goes into OnlyFans, I'm not saying you shouldn't have anything to do with them because of it, but you have to understand that you can't be thinking that you two are in deep, passionate love with each other. Again, let's carry on. I'll try not to pause it anymore.
Australia with this other guy, and it kind of came abruptly out of nowhere for me a few months ago, and I was very heartbroken about it. But now I'm here, ready to discuss it and show that I am okay, and I will survive.
You guys were married, right?
Were you guys married?
We were engaged, and
right.
for a few years we were engaged, and I definitely was committed to her, and definitely loved her, and wanted to be in a monogamous relationship with her, and was monogamous during that period. Even though she was doing things with other guys for money, I always figured that at least, even if it was for money, at least she still loved me, and it was just sex. It wasn't love, and it wasn't making love, and she would come back to me, and that would be love. And you know, now I'm definitely, you know, shocked by it. You don't expect your spouse to leave you for another man, but you know, stranger things have happened in this world, and so I'm not alone. I'm sure there's many guys in my boat, but I'm all right because I still have my dog, and we go hiking and do things together. So at least I'm not alone. And I do. I am. You know, I purchased my first property for investment, so I do have cash flow that's going to be coming in soon. So I don't need her money anyway. And I'm purchasing a house in North Carolina. It'll feel pretty empty, you know, up in the mountains there without her, you know, because I was going to buy it with the intention of her being with me, but now it's just going to be my little buddy and I, and I'm going to build a recording studio in it and go hiking and hopefully meet someone new. So that's, you know.
Does anybody else getting the vibe that he's fine? Like he said, I got my dog, so I'm not on my own. 2 seconds later, I'm doing well. I've got money. I'm gonna buy a house that I really wish he lived in with me. But I got my dog, and I'm happy with that. You're obviously not. But how do you not have any trigger in your head that when she's doing OnlyFans, sleeping with people for money, and you think, no, we are in love because she loves me?
Yeah.
That's kind of what my deal
Nick,
is.
are you able to? Can you pull up? No. Can you pull up Dating Talk 65? That's the episode that Mick was on with Keely. We don't really need to watch anything, but we'll just show, because Mick was previously on with his then fiance, girlfriend. Just for context for people, they appeared together. Keely, at the time, and I believe still currently, she was a stripper, correct?
Well, she started as a stripper for a few years, and then when lockdowns happened, she wasn't able to make any money, so she went to being a porn star, and then from being a porn star to doing OnlyFans. And when she was on here, she hadn't done porn in like a year anyway, so it was
Right.
like just OnlyFans that we were basically living
fair.
off of, and then
Yeah.
my income too.
But was she was doing scenes on OnlyFans with other men? Is that correct, if I recall?
No, not necessarily, unless it was like a sugar daddy that was giving her, money, and then they would film content or something around it if there was, and then she, but no, it was mostly just pictures of her and stuff,
Just one sec. So, while you were with her, she was sleeping with other men. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like, if I recall the conversations that we were having about that, you said you were okay with it, but it occurred to me that you felt to some degree pressured by her to accept the situation.
I think at first I was like really disturbed by it and didn't want it. Then I started to get more used to it and become numb to the fact that that was what was going on. But then,
To be fair, I started turning off because it turned into a bit of a poor me for this guy. And this is why I want to know women's opinion, because not one woman was no one's laughing. I'm sitting there and that's why I want to know, is there something wrong with me that I'm laughing at this man's miserable story? But it's hilarious to me because it's like you felt forced into it. What? There is no way someone can force you into them sleeping with other men, because you can just say no, and then they'll say, well, I'm gonna, and then you say, go on then, go. Like, that's the point. Like, you don't go, oh, okay. And he used the word numb, that he'd become like, and that's what I mean. It's like you're numb to it. Like, I started to get the vibe that we're supposed to be like, this girl's the bitch, he's the victim. But I mean, come on, Jesus! It's like someone dancing on the busiest road in the world, and then getting hit by a car, and going, "Oh, poor me." So, what, didn't you expect that? Didn't you see what was happening? And then to say I was forced into it, or you felt for no. Ultimately, no one can force you to do anything like that isn't gonna involve you being killed. And even then, they can't force you to do it. You'll just do it so you stay alive. But you can choose death. But you can't be forced into it. And this is why I only lasted about 10 minutes, because I just thought, why is no one laughing at this guy? This is what's wrong with the world. People need to start laughing at people again, because it just, I don't know.
as time went on, it was like we're gonna have a home together. I want to have kids. I want to have
Wait,
a
is this
committed-
what you're saying, or is this what
This
she's
is what
saying?
I was saying to her.
Okay, I
like
see.
I want a committed relationship. I want to
That's what I
love
was
you
saying.
and cherish you as my wife. I don't want you sleeping around anymore.
Yeah, this is what you're saying. He is not saying that she's saying that. But also her actions are absolutely telling her she's not saying that. But you're falling deeper and deeper in love. And
Like that started to sink in more as I was getting older. Like when we met, I was like 20, 21, but now I'm 27, almost 28, and a lot can happen in those few years. So it's like I've matured now to where, like, before I was young and naive, and now I'm like a man who wants to have a full-time job, a committed wife and kids, and raise them and have a home and pay a mortgage and do all those adult stuff that I didn't want to do previously, when we first met. So it's a very different mindset. So I think we kind of went further and further apart because I wanted to be essentially a normal middle-aged adult in America.
Grid One
Hold on just a
Motorsports
sec.
donated $100. Mick, you dodged the bullet there. Don't be a simp, be a pimp and move on to a woman that is not a 304 cum dumpster. Maybe get TF out of CA, take some testosterone, hit the gym. Your future children will thank you.
I hit the gym every day, actually, right down the road here. But yeah, I agree with you. I did dodge a bullet. It could have ended worse. But the thing is that she wants to continue to sleep around, meet other guys. She wants to party and drink and smoke, and I don't drink at all. I don't party at all. I don't smoke at all. I don't do any of that stuff. I love socializing. I love meeting new people, but I'm not into partying and all that stuff. And that's what she really wants to do. And I think she's almost become like an alcoholic because she can't handle. I've done a lot of research into psychology, and I believe she's a malignant narcissist. And her coping mechanism for her anxiety and for her narcissism is to sleep with men, smoke weed, and drink alcohol to cope with that because it's.
This is where I started going, all right, bro, I'm not taking any psychiatry lessons. I'm not taking any information off of you at all. And why are you talking shit about this girl? Saying, oh, I think she's an alcoholic and she's the narcissist. There's two ways of being a narcissist. You can be a kind of a positive narcissist where they think everything they do is great and they're the best. But you can also be a negative narcissist where you take on purposefully toxic things to kind of make people feel sorry for you. It's like I don't feel sorry for this guy. And why are you talking shit about this girl saying she's a young, hot OnlyFans girl? And you're so narcissistic that you think Mr. Boring sitting there boring everybody to sleep is somehow this hot OnlyFans girl who is now on OnlyFans and getting winners, hitting her up every day. And you're so narcissistic that you think that she's going to hand up all of them opportunities. Now, I'm not saying that them opportunities are better. It's nothing to do with that. But you are the narcissist in this. That you think that despite the fact through her actions, she has told you what she wants from life. She doesn't want to settle down. She wants to go and be a party girl. But then you're here falling deeper and deeper in love with her. Then when it gets to the point where she's like, I'm sick of this moron just following me around, keep falling in love with me, when I'm basically doing everything I can to get rid of him. I'm banging other people for money. I'm doing what I want. I'm doing everything he don't want. He's still here. I'm going, I'm leaving you. Right, now he leaves her. And now he's got the audacity to sit there and say she's an alcoholic and she's a narcissist. Am I wrong in this? Maybe there's men that will disagree with me and whatever. Maybe women will. Am I wrong in this? This is literally where I signed out when he started. I'm thinking, bro, I'm an expert in psychology. Are you? Are you really? You have the least ability to read anything I've ever seen in anybody ever, and yet you're going to turn around and make uh, a psychological assessment of a young hot girl that was summed up in a song from the 1980s called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. If you listen to that song, it's more in-depth psychological information you can gather from that song than anything you're about to tell me, mate. I don't want you prescribing anybody as out. You don't know nothing. And anyway, if you want to carry on, this is what it's called. This is why he will never date sex workers ever again. But this was the point where it's come out. It's like, bro, don't start talking about psychology and who's this and who's that. You don't know shit. You've got no clue about anything ever. Just shut up. Right? You go and work on yourself, bro. Like, you need to seriously take yourself in and have a serious conversation with yourself. serious look in the mirror time. Trying to put it off on something. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Specifically women. Am I being too mean on this guy? And let me know your thoughts. Sweet.